Teen Spirit is Nirvana's biggest song. It's the track which not only brought Nirvana to the mainstream, but grunge as a whole, largely due to the success of Teen Spirit's video on MTV. Though some may argue that the first video which really brought grunge to the mainstream via MTV was Man in the Box by Alice in Chains. More on that later. In the meantime, I'm going to read to you a quote from Chris Novoselic from 1992, where he shares his thoughts on Teen Spirit. Quote, "There's a meaning behind Teen Spirit. I think all the songs have meanings. I don't think they're really mindless or anything. I mean, I've read the lyrics off the lyric sheet and I've got a hint of what they mean. I think they're really good. I think there are plans for a lyric sheet to surface one of these days. I haven't paid much attention, so I don't know. I don't want to talk about the lyrics because they're Kurt's lyrics, but I've heard him express that he likes to keep things cryptic and open-ended. But I think he knows what the song means. The songs have meanings for me too. They affect me personally and probably differently than, say, maybe they affect you. It's the old artistic cliche. It's open for interpretation. But I remember coming up with the imagery for Teen Spirit as an anarchist high school, with cheerleaders dressed in black with the Anarchy A's on their costumes. It's kind of a weird image since high school is so regimented and controlled, you know. And then you have a concept of anarchy where there's really no control and no rules because in high school there's unwritten rules of social behavior and accepting people. There's written rules, of course. You know, school rules. You've got to be in class on time, you can't be tardy. To have an image like that with the anarchy symbols was just a statement, really. A lot of times, maybe a song has a feel to it. I don't write the lyrics, so a lot of times I feel like the lyrics accent the feel of the song, as maybe the video should too. Come As You Are, for instance, is kind of a laid-back tune. It's got a lot of weird chorus on the guitar. You see psychedelic colors like purple and magenta used in the video." End quote. Now, as mentioned off the top, though Teen Spirit is by far the most famous song from the grunge era and the first song from the genre to become a major international hit, there are some who may argue that Alice in Chains' video for Man in the Box was actually the first video from a grunge artist to break the genre in the mainstream. Though it didn't have the scale of impact that Teen Spirit did, Man in the Box was actually released before Teen Spirit, and it did make a big impact itself. I'm going to show you a clip now from my interview with JJ French of Twisted Sister, where he discusses some of the story behind how Man in the Box ended up on MTV. Here it is.
The turning point was a video called Man in the Box by Alice in Chains. It totally shifted their focus away from, quote, hair bands that had dominated MTV and made Twisted Sister, or we made them. But, that was 84 for us. So here we are in 91. So I had a good run. 6 years, 7 years, and then Man in the Box comes out, and they look at it, and they had a choice to add Man in the Box or a video by a group called Thunder that was your typical prototypical heavy metal band, Hair, that did all the things that Hair is supposed to do and all this shit. And they were on Geffen, and that was the next hyped band coming, and they looked at Thunder, and they looked at Man in the Box, so Alice in Chains and went, we're taking that. And that was a road less traveled, and it wiped out the Dinosaur, which was the hair metal bands. And it kind of ended. The only band that leapfrogged and saved themselves was Guns N' Roses. And my theory is that Guns N' Roses was not perceived as a joke. They came out of L.A., but I think that Axl, first of all, had a great voice. I think that they were perceived as real, not fake, like they were real junkies, not pretend junkies. So there's authenticity is all about authenticity, and grunge is all about authenticity. People wanted authenticity, so they got it with grunge, and it wiped out the perceived frivolousness of hair metal, which is, hey man, let's party, let's get the girls and drink, and I think people just got sick of that, and they wanted authentic. That's what I think, anyway.